I feel like we've plateaued again to a certain extent. I think that the progress that we've made in the world of machine learning has been leaps and then plateaus. And you kind of have a new technique, a new thing, a new idea that gets implemented. And then you have just kind of revolutions around that idea, not revolutions, evolutions around that idea for a while until a new thing. I mean, transformers is the current technique that has produced this new step function in AI's ability to do what it does. And I feel like,
Describe it. What's a transformer? Break it down.
No, there's
go
as
ahead.
an aside, I totally agree with that. I've actually wrote about. I have a Substack about AI. I just wrote about this like recently in the last 5 days ago that we've plateaued.
Okay,
Like
cool.
because this winter, this last winter when like things were dropping every week, I'd go to AI events in San Francisco and people were stumbling around like someone just hit them on the head with a hammer, going, "What is going on? This is insane." There's something new every week, and it's blowing my mind. And then GPT-4 dropped, and that sort of ended it. And we have pretty much plateaued since then. I think everyone in the field would agree, with some relief, honestly, because that was a really crazy time, January to
It
March of
was.
this year.
It
Yeah,
absolutely was.
yeah.
And so we're in a better place than we were, but we don't know how long we're going to be in this particular plateau. And I've said this, I think probably not on this show, but on JS Party, as a personal user of the tools, I've hit now what I call the trough of delusionment. That's not what I didn't coin that term, but I'm applying that term to this particular case where I know the limits of the tooling. I use it for what it's good at. I avoid it for things that I know that it's bad at. And it's just become another tool for me and a useful tool, but not a life-changing tool for me personally. And so even in my own personal use, I've kind of hit that plateau where I'm like, okay, it fits into my workflows here, doesn't fit into it here, and I'm more productive because of it. In this case, especially in like, give me 40 synonyms for this word. Like when it comes to words, it's really good at words. And so I use it for those things. When it comes to Elixir, it's just okay at Elixir. And so I don't use it quite as much. When it comes to TypeScript, it's better at TypeScript than it is at Elixir. And so I'll use it for TypeScript. But
But it forgets everything. It doesn't know anything after September 2021. I've run into this a bunch. So like new libraries and new releases, it knows
Yes.
nothing about, which is annoying. Yeah.
Drives me
totally.
crazy. Yeah.
Yes.
If you know something's a few years old, you can kind of ask it about it for the most part.
Yeah.
And I think on the current plateau, we will get there with that kind of functionality where like it's going to get better from here. It's going to have a better memory. It's going to have access to newer information because of the tooling and the processes and all the work going into greasing the skids of this current technology. But as far as another step function, like the next plateau, I didn't know where this one was coming from. I don't know where that is. I don't know when it is. I'm not sure what it's going to be like. But for now, it seems like just as a microcosm, like the era of full self-driving cars is just as far away as it was the last time we asked. Like we're still not there yet. They're better. There's more uses, but we still don't trust them to full self-drive.
Well,
And
they exist in San Francisco, right? Like I see them every day in San Francisco.
okay, so in limited domains, limited
Yeah.
context, but like what you would
Yeah.
consider the AGI of driving, which is you drop me, a human, into pretty much any circumstance. I've been driving for 25 years. Okay, maybe certain machines I can't drive, but like give me the sun in my eyes, give me the ice, give me the place I've never been, and like I can figure it out, roughly speaking. Of course, we still have tons of crashes and stuff, but like that level of full self-driving, to me, it just feels so far away still.
Yeah, that's fair. And like I'm Canadian, I've been saying a long time, drive in snow, then I'll be impressed.
Right.
Until
Yeah.
then,
It's a whole
I'm not
different
buying
game,
it.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
It is.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, even for humans, and it's challenging.
Oh, it is challenging, yeah.
Ooh, and scary. I've been wrecked before. Just brought back some PTSD. Man. In terms of AI, some really interesting uses I've done recently.